Welcome to the Network Build Grow podcast, the show where business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals share their stories, lessons learned, and powerful strategies for building relationships and growing their circle of influence. With Melissa Taylor, your host, each week we'll bring you actionable insights to help you build a better network and a better business. Let's dive in.
Well, thanks, Paula, for coming to the Network Build Grow podcast. This is Paula Lesso with Personal Journey Coaching. Yes. And I know you very well because I've known you for a few years. And I do know that you work mostly with women that are contemplating or going through the rigmarole of divorce and all the pieces and parts. So tell me, when you started Personal Journey Coaching, or you started to really focus in on that segment, why them? Why that segment?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here and to have some time with you in this. So what happened was, coming out of my own divorce, that I realized how alone and confused women felt during this process. I was like, because basically we're navigating decisions that impact our future, right? The rest of our lives.
Yeah.
And I, at that time, basically had to stand up for myself and be my own advocate. So my goal is to make sure that women know they're not alone and they don't have to go through this themselves. I am basically their thinking partner. I'm going to help them through this so that they can go have clarity, confidence, some direction, and dignity through this. Because it is, like you said, rigmarole. It is tough to get through. I just got thinking about this the other day. We don't run fire drills on how to go through a divorce.
No, we don't.
Right?
There's no test.
No, because that wasn't the goal when we got married, was to go through a divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that you partner a lot with like divorce attorneys. I know there's financial planners and real estate agents that kind of focus in on people going through that same battle. Yeah. So networking probably plays a pretty significant role in your business, because those are the types of other business owners and professionals you need to connect with. Tell me a little bit about that.
So, yes. Luckily, I was introduced by a good friend, and she's also a person of NBG. And she introduced me to one person who is a CDRE, which I'd never heard of.
What is a CDRE?
Right. So it's a certified divorce real estate expert. And I'm going, that's a mouthful.
Okay.
And met with her and understood what that helped, where that comes into the process. And then she introduced me to like 3 other people. And so then I touched base with them, and I understood then what a CDFE, a certified divorce financial analyst, is. And it just kept growing and growing. And a lot of the people it was like a spider web. It just kept going out and out, Yeah. And if I hadn't met that one person that my good friend introduced me to, I wouldn't have never had these other 5 connections plus more, right? So it's, reach out to the people, I'm going to introduce you to. Reach out to those people.
Yeah, I think that sums up networking right there. I mean, you meet one person and find out something that you didn't know. They introduced you to some person. That person introduced you to some person. And now all of a sudden, like you said, you have this spider web of connections. And that's what networking is all about. And none of them are necessarily your client. They then have clients that can bring you in with their clients. So,
yeah. It's really kind of fun how that all, I think back about that, was like, oh my gosh, if I hadn't, where would I be now? But because I did, and because you can, and you will, look at what can be produced.
Yeah. So we call those strategic business alliances. And lots of times when people go to networking events, you're not looking for your client necessarily. And that's, So tell me, when you go to a networking event, what's your mindset when you walk in the door, and what are you kind of looking for?
Okay. Well, as an introvert walking in, especially by myself, it's like, surveying the room, and then just go to where I feel I'm called. to go to someone or something, or if someone I see alone, just go up, maybe pay them a compliment, but go in with a servant mindset, basically, to meet people, no matter if you can give each other business or not. But I've always, even when I was a little girl, it's like, who do you know? Who do you know? And then who knows you? So then they can introduce you to who do they know. And I can introduce people that way too. And and make sure to introduce people to others. And if something may come of that for them, and next time you see them, it's like you're, this long lost friend, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you remember each other. And I've had that happen. Introduce someone, say, oh yeah, I met so-and-so, I talked to them. It really is that piece of just being you. What do you know? Who do you know? And just helping.
Yeah, I like that helping mindset.
Yeah.
So other than networking, tell me, in your entrepreneurial journey, which it's been long, you've had a lot of different iterations of your business and different changes, and a move to New York and move back to Charlotte and all kinds of things. But what's a key thing that has helped you in your journey?
So a key thing that's helped me in my journey is to have a goal. And then what is what makes up that goal? Like, what are the things that I want out of that goal? Think about the goal in mind, they say, right? And then go out networking. That's the biggest thing. If you're just sitting at home, it's not going to happen. Even we do a lot of things virtual, right? But still, even if you're virtual, still go out in your community. And the one thing for me is it's being consistent. And it's showing up, being there. Because people are going to see you, right? Right? And then they're going to be more likely to recommend you because they get to know you more, because they get to see you. If they just see you once in a while, it's kind of like a missing. Oh, and then you show up again. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. I remember you. Be consistent. And
I like that consistency.
Yeah. And I just gotta promote this.
Oh,
it's your, networking is a contact sport. I mean, there's so much material in here that, I have highlighted, underlined. I've got the corners turned over. Review it. When you're going to go to that next networking event, just kind of flip through it.
I love that. I love it when people use my book.
Yes.
That's great.
It helps you to be comfortable because I think it just kind of lays it out.
Yeah.
Like I say, especially for an introvert and going in by myself. Now, if I go in with someone else, that's nice. And don't get stuck with one person. That's the other thing that I notice. Is people can, and I can even get comfortable with one person. It's like, I'll bet you'd like to meet some other people. We'll connect. And so that's my kind of, because I'm just wondering if they're thinking it too, right?
Yeah, it's a good exit line because you're not just saying, well, thanks, bye. You're saying, hey, let's connect soon, but I know you want to meet some other people. I love that. So I love that you said, in your entrepreneurial to set goals, and then you went right back into thinking about networking. And I think that's really important because networking isn't just about getting clients and referral partners. It can help you with all different kinds of things. Like, I know that you've brought some draft flyers to places and said, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think is missing? And gotten some feedback on some of your marketing materials with people that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So networking can be used for a lot of different things.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So many different things.
Want to help.
Yeah.
I like when someone asks me a question, and there are times when it's like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to bother them. But go for it. You know what? Just put your big girl pants on, and just go do it. Just be in action.
Just ask.
Just ask. And the big thing for me is not worrying about perfection. Getting it done is better than perfect. And I know I talked to you once about, making deviled eggs, kind of taught me that. And I have a blog coming out on that. But, and overthinking it.
Overthinking it. I think a lot of people overthink it.
About getting it done. Like I say, just try to show up confidently and consistently. That's huge. Because, or you'll be waiting forever. I don't want to go to this one. I don't know if, a lot of people show. It doesn't matter. You could.
Yeah, there can be 3 people there, or there could be 30 people there, or there could be 50 people there. If you go in with the right mindset, you can have the same outcome with all of them.
Yes.
Now, I don't care if there's 3 people there, or if there's 50 people there. You can still make those connections and get those referrals and the help that you need. If you network for your business, you already know. Follow-up is everything when it comes to growing relationships and driving success. But here's the thing. Most of us want to follow up well. We just get stuck. Staying consistent, keeping it personal, making it stand out, it's hard. That's why I use NetEffect.io. It makes follow-up simple, cuts through all the noise, and helps me stay on top of every relationship without dropping the ball. I never miss a follow-up, and honestly, my network wouldn't be the same without it. So check it out, NetEffect.io. And right now, you can use promo code NBG50 for 50% off of your first month. NetEffect.io, your secret weapon to unforgettable follow-up. So let's just switch gears for a second here and talk about groups. So do you have a couple of different groups that you go to, and do you go to them for different reasons? Do you recommend people going to a lot of different groups, or going a little bit more deeper and being more consistent in certain groups? What's your thoughts on some of that?
It's good to check out different groups, pick a number, check them out, and then see, is this a group that you feel comfortable with? You could do meetup groups, associations, right? And then start to think, you could be going to groups all the time. Let me tell you, you could be working 24/7 if you wanted, but then you're not getting anything done. And I look for a group that, like MBG, we have different things you can go to, different meetings, different things that we're doing, which I love that variety. And are people consistently showing up? Are there new people coming? That's the other thing. You want the group to grow. So I'm getting new people all the time. So again, I get to share with them. They share with me. That's huge. To go with the different groups and things like that. Find them out. And if you're new to networking, see what's in your.
So I know you're a member of Network Build Grow. I also think you're a member of some kind of divorce professional collaboration something. So that's kind of an industry association group. What else do you kind of consistently partake in?
There's a business group that I go to once a month, and it's a lunch, and there are different people that show up to that one. And I really enjoy that because it is just like an hour and a half and just enjoy each other. And there's usually a theme or a question that we have to answer. And then we get to know each other a little more. Yeah. So, I think it's Valentine Business that I go to. Yeah.
That's great. I love that. Yeah. All right. Let's do some rapid fire networking questions, kind of some tips. So I'm going to ask you some questions and then just first thing that pops into your head.
Okay.
All right. Ready? And we may have already said some of these, but that's okay. What's your number one tip for starting a conversation at a networking event?
Okay. My favorite is to give the person a compliment. Compliment them on something they're wearing. If there's a logo, ask them, tell me about your logo. Something about them, but especially the compliment. Hi, how you doing? What do you do? But
something different.
Something different, and then you get into other stuff. So, what do you like best about this group? Might be their first time too. So who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? Okay. What's one way to add value to your network without expecting anything in return?
I would say introduce them to somebody, or I know someone I want to introduce you to, especially if the person's not there at that networking event. But, oh, I thought of someone I want to introduce you to. So I will send you an email, that warm intro, which is so
it doesn't have to be a client. It can be any type of connection that you think might be good. Just not a cold, empty one. Like, make sure there's a reason.
Yes, especially.
Okay. What is one common mistake that people make when they're networking?
Oh, my goodness. Just recently this happened is they hand out the cards. It's, oh, here. They go around the table as they're leaving. Here's my card. And it's like, okay. And then what I have found is I don't give my card unless someone asks for it. I just feel like, oh, here. To me, it's a little awkward, but yeah.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah.
I always like to say, there's no reason for me to give you a card if there's nothing for me to write on the card to remind you of something.
Yeah. No, that's
So
good.
like I might say, hey, Paula, let me give you my card. I'm going to introduce you to Bonnie. So I'm going to put Bonnie's name on this card so that you remember where you got the introduction from, but I'm going to introduce you to her. Or, hey, we talked about going to the chamber event next Thursday. So I'm going to give you my card. I'm just going to put chamber event, 9 a.m. Thursday. I'll email you with the specifics. But I love writing on my own card before I give it to somebody.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I'll use that. Okay.
Yay. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Okay. So let's switch back to your business as we close and just tell me, obviously you like to connect with attorneys, real estate agents, financial planners, CPAs that also kind of work in that divorced area and women that are going through divorce. I know you do work with some men, but you really focus on women. Tell me, if our listeners are out there and they know somebody going through a divorce or they know somebody that is in that kind of realm, what is the best way? What's the way that you really like to connect with people the first time? Is it through email, text? What's your favorite?
Well, if we're just kind of touching base first time, I would say texts come up really quickly. I prefer text and then email.
Okay.
That would be my number 1 and 2.
And then try to schedule a phone call at some point to chat.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thanks for being with us today. And again, it's Paula Lesso with Personal Journey Coaching, and all of our information will be in the show notes. And we greatly appreciate your time. And you're also a leader in Network Build Grow, and you lead our strategic collaborative. You co-host it for personal and wellness professionals. So we appreciate your support.
Well, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Network Build Grow podcast. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow entrepreneur or professional. And of course, if you're not yet part of our community, visit networkbuildgrow.com to connect with us. Until next time, keep building and keep growing.